Did you know that 80% of people unknowingly engage in rude conversation habits every day? Quite a startling statistic, isn't it? It's easy to fall into these habits without even realizing it. Today, we're going to delve into the world of conversation etiquette, exploring 12 common habits that can make our interactions seem less than polite. It's all about raising awareness and understanding how to navigate conversations in a respectful and considerate manner. If you're excited about this content, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming videos. All right, let's jump right into it. Ever been cut off mid-sentence? It's not fun, is it? Let's delve into the world of the interrupter, our first conversation offender. Picture this. You're passionately sharing a story, right at the cliffhanger, and boom! Someone barges in, derailing your train of thought. That's an interrupter for you. Interrupting is seen as rude because it sends the message that what you're saying isn't as important as what they have to say. It's like being shoved off the stage in the middle of your performance. It's not only disrespectful to the speaker, but it also stifles the flow of conversation. So, what's the alternative, you ask? Well, it's simple: respect and patience. Wait for the speaker to finish their point. If you're bursting with a thought, politely ask, "May I add something here?" or "Can I share my thoughts on this?" This way, you're not only respecting the speaker, but also contributing to an engaging conversation. Remember, patience is a virtue, especially in a conversation. Eye contact. It's more than just a staring contest. It's a fundamental part of human communication, and when used correctly, it can create a powerful connection between people. Picture this. You're at a social gathering, engaged in a lively conversation with someone who seems to be more interested in the chandelier than your shared dialogue. This lack of eye contact can be off-putting. It's like trying to connect with a ghost. It's not just awkward, it sends a message of disinterest, rudeness, or even insensitivity. Making eye contact is like offering a hand to shake in conversation. It's a silent way of saying, "I see you, I recognize you, and I'm interested in what you have to say." So next time you find yourself drifting off into the horizon while someone is talking to you, remember, your eyes are a powerful tool for building rapport. Keep your eyes on the prize, and by prize, we mean the person you're speaking with. Our next bad habit at number 3 is checking your phone. You're in the middle of a conversation and your phone buzzes. What do? Imagine this. You're engrossed in a lively chat with a friend when suddenly their gaze drops, attention diverted to the screen of their ever-buzzing phone. It's as if you've been put on pause, and the message on their screen is the new priority. This, dear listeners, is the phone checker. The phone checker's actions convey a simple yet damaging message. This phone is more important than you right now. It's a little sting of disrespect that can leave a sour taste in any conversation. It's not just impolite, it's a conversation killer, a connection breaker. So, how do we combat this habit? Well, it's surprisingly simple. When you're in a conversation, really be in it. Tune into the person in front of you, not the device in your pocket. If you're expecting an important call or text, inform the other person beforehand and excuse yourself when you need to attend to it. And remember, it's not about completely ignoring your phone. It's about knowing when to check it and when to focus on the real-life conversation happening right in front of you. So next time your phone buzzes, think twice before reaching for it. Honesty is the best policy, but sometimes it's all about the delivery. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone's words felt like a slap in the face? That's the straight shooter for you. While being direct can be appreciated, there's a thin line between being candid and being downright rude. Imagine telling your friend, "Your new haircut looks terrible." That's a straight shooter gone wrong. Instead, try this. "It's great that you're trying something new with your hair. It's quite a change." Notice the difference? In the second example, you're not sugarcoating your opinion, but you're also not delivering a harsh blow. It's all about finding a balance where you can express your thoughts without hurting the other person's feelings. There's a tactful way to say almost anything. You just have to think before you speak. In a nutshell, being a straight shooter doesn't mean you have to shoot down people's feelings. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Listening, it's more than just waiting for your turn to speak. Now let's talk about habit 5, or what we like to call the ignorer. This habit is all about those who may physically be in a conversation, but mentally, they're somewhere else entirely. It's like they're just waiting for the other person to take a breath so they can jump in with their own thoughts. Active listening is crucial in conversations. It shows respect, interest, and that you value the other person's input. It's not just about hearing the words, it's about understanding the message, the emotions, and the intentions behind them. So how can you become a better listener? Start by showing that you're engaged. Nod your head, maintain eye contact, and give verbal cues like, uh-huh, or I see. Another tip is to reflect and paraphrase what the speaker said to show that you understand. And finally, resist the urge to interrupt. Remember, communication is a two-way street. It's not just about what you say, but also about how well you listen. So, let's all lend an ear, shall we? Ever been trapped in a conversation with someone who's sharing just a bit too much? That, dear friends, is the oversharer. You've met them. They're the ones who within minutes tell you about their recent breakup, the weird mole they discovered last Tuesday, and their aunt's cousin's sister's dog's surgery. Yes, it's great to be open and honest, but oversharing can put others in an awkward spot, making them privy to information they didn't sign up for. So, how do we avoid becoming the oversharer? Well, it's all about balance. Sharing is a part of human connection, but remember, not every conversation needs to be a soul-bearing exercise. Try to gauge the comfort level of the other person. Are they reciprocating with their own stories? Do they seem interested, or are they glancing at their watch? Also, consider the nature of your relationship. Your best friend might be okay with hearing about that weird mole, but your new coworker? Maybe not so much. So next time you're in a conversation, take a moment to consider what's appropriate to share. Remember, balance is key. Ever been stuck in a conversation with someone who only talks about the glass being half empty? This is a classic example of habit 7, the negative Nancy. A constant stream of negativity can be like a leaky faucet, slowly draining the energy out of a conversation. It's like being caught in a rain cloud that just won't stop pouring. No one wants to be drenched in pessimism, right? Now let's be clear. It's okay to express concerns or share problems, but when negative comments become your conversation's main course, it might leave a sour taste. It's about balance. Positive remarks can be like rays of sunshine, breaking through the cloud cover and bringing warmth to the dialogue. So how can we combat this habit? It's simple. Try to sprinkle in some positivity. Find the silver lining in situations. Be the person who sees the glass as half full, not half empty. This doesn't mean ignoring problems, but rather focusing on solutions and potential improvements. So let's keep things light and positive, shall we? Ever felt like a conversation was more of a monologue than a dialogue? Well, that's the footprint of the self-centered speaker. This habit involves dominating the conversation, turning it into a one-person show. It's like being in a tennis match where one player serves the ball, then runs to the other side to return it. Not much fun, is it? It's important to remember that conversations are meant to be a shared experience, an exchange of ideas and stories, not a platform for self-promotion. If you find yourself constantly steering the conversation back to you, it's time to hit the brakes. Instead, try to cultivate genuine interest in others. Ask open-ended questions, invite opinions, and show appreciation for their input. Show empathy and understanding in your responses. It's not about silencing yourself, but about creating room for others to speak. After all, the beauty of a conversation lies in its balance, the give and take, the ebb and flow. So next time you're in a conversation, take a moment to listen, to learn, to engage. Let the spotlight shine on others too. Remember, a good conversation is a two-way street. Ever felt uncomfortable because someone was standing just a bit too close? You're not alone. Personal space is an invisible boundary that we all have, and when someone intrudes, it can feel like an invasion. It's like a bubble around us, protecting our comfort and peace of mind. In face-to-face conversations, respecting this space is crucial. It ensures the other person feels comfortable and heard, rather than anxious or defensive. So, how can you ace this? Start by being aware of cultural differences. What's considered too close in one culture may be normal in another. Next, pay attention to body language. If someone backs away, don't step forward. They're signaling that they need more space. Also, consider the setting. In a crowded place, people might tolerate closer proximity, but in an open area, give them room to breathe. Above all, be sensitive and considerate. Everyone's personal space bubble is different, and it's our responsibility to respect that. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but also how you say it, and that includes respecting the space between you and the person you're conversing with. Personal space, let's respect it. Ever been called the wrong name in a conversation? It's a bit jarring, isn't it? Using the correct names in a conversation is more than just a courtesy. It's a way to show respect and create a personal connection. When you use someone's name, you're acknowledging their individuality, making them feel seen and valued. But what if you're terrible at remembering names? Don't fret, we've all been there. Here's a tip to help you out. Try associating their name with something memorable. For example, if you meet someone named Lily, you might picture a beautiful lily flower in your mind. Or if the person's name is Mike, you could imagine them singing on a microphone. The sillier the association, the better it sticks in your memory. Another tip is to use the person's name a few times during your initial conversation. This not only helps you remember it, but also makes the other person feel acknowledged. But don't overdo it, or you might come off as insincere or even creepy. Remember, names matter, so make an effort to remember and use them correctly. It's a small gesture that can make a big difference in your conversations. Ever felt like you can't get a word in edgewise? That's the handiwork of the chatterbox. This individual loves the sound of their own voice so much, they forget to hit the pause button. The result? A monologue rather than a dialogue. It's like playing a game of tennis where only one person gets to serve. Talking excessively can overwhelm others and make them feel unheard. It's akin to hogging the spotlight in a conversation, leaving others in the shadows. But conversations, like dances, require balance and rhythm. So, how can you ensure a balanced conversation? First, become aware of your talk-listen ratio. A good rule of thumb is the 50-50ths rule. Aim for a balance where you're talking half the time and listening the other half. Second, practice the art of the pause. Pausing gives others a chance to absorb what you've said and respond. It also shows that you value their input. Lastly, ask open-ended questions. These invite others to share their thoughts, ensuring that everyone gets a turn on the conversation dance floor. Remember, less is more. Ever felt judged during a conversation? That's our 12th habit, the judge. Nothing can create a chill in a conversation faster than feeling judged. It's like a sudden frost in the middle of a sunny day. When we judge, we place ourselves above others, and that's not a great place for a conversation to thrive. Instead, it turns into a courtroom where one person is the judge and the other, the accused. Not fun, right? We're all different, with unique perspectives shaped by our experiences. Instead of judging, let's try to understand. Let's swap the judge's robe for a learner's cap. Be curious, ask questions, and genuinely try to see the world from the other person's point of view. Remember, everyone you meet knows something you don't. In this way, we can create a safe space for open, honest, and meaningful conversations. So, let's put the gavel down and keep our conversations judgment-free. So, how many of these habits are you guilty of? Let's recap. We've discussed the interrupters, the lookaways, phone checkers, straight shooters, ignorers, oversharers, negative Nancys, self-centered speakers, space invaders, name forgetters, chatterboxes, and the judges. Each of these habits can turn a pleasant conversation into an awkward encounter. As we move forward, let's strive to be more mindful, more respectful, and more engaging in our conversations. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we would love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. And remember, good conversation starts with respect. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope to see you in the next video.